Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick little build video talking about the new lightsaber and its really strong synergy with Stronghold. Now, as you probably know if you've actually done Renegades, lightsaber is pretty strong right now, I'd say. The deflect is definitely really powerful, especially combined with Stronghold. Those who don't know, Stronghold, Titan Exotic, goes in your arms. It makes it so you have infinite block basically, and when you block damage and then deal sword damage, you'll get your health back. You'll get like restoration. If I go like here, right? I'm like taking damage, I deflect. Hit an enemy with the projectile will actually trigger the restoration. Basically, you can't die like ever. And never, you like, it's just impossible to die with this cooldown. Basically, as long as you hold block, anything in front of you will just not be able to damage you. There is like an angle you have to consider though when you're blocking. Because if they're shooting you from behind, you won't actually be deflecting any projectiles and they will actually go through and damage you. Now, normally this would be like pretty cool because you're unkillable, but you wouldn't be able to do any damage because that's just how Stronghold is, right? But with this deflect thing, we actually get to deal damage while blocking. And there's a lot of synergy built into the blade that works really well with Arc Titan. And specifically Bolt Charge, right? Yeah, no, more Bolt Charge builds on Titan. It's insane. But obviously we're running Storm's Keep, so when we have our barricade down, we get Bolt Charge, and importantly, our weapon hits can actually trigger the Bolt Charge strike, since normally it's an ability, like you need a hit with an ability to actually trigger it. Very nice. And we're running this build specifically with this setup on the Praxic Blade. Now, it's not necessary to have all of these like upgrades, but the upgrades make the build like way better. So if you don't have them, like I don't know, go watch Dado. Dado has a guide on how to get all the available upgrades right now. So we're on the defensive form just so we can generate ammo when we're actually blocking attacks. That way we always have block available, so you can actually go around swinging sword if you want when you don't really have to, but it's there. The bleed focus, it doesn't really matter. You don't have to worry about this. This literally does nothing. Now, on this part, this is probably like the biggest difference maker on the effectiveness of the build. Because what this does is when you deflect projectiles, you'll actually gain bolt charge, which is another way to, get more bolt charge and actually be able to do more damage. This is pretty important to the build. Again, if you want to just run regular thing, like without this, you could. But this specific power core is extremely easy to get. Again, Dado has a guide on how to get it. This one is piss easy to get right. It's not difficult. Now, this catalyst here, Hyperblade, this is a little harder to get because you have to do the hidden quest in the exotic mission in order to actually get this. This one also helps because it gives you Amplified, which has synergy with Arc, which I'll explain later. And it gives you like Eager Edge when you deflect swipes, which deflect bullets. It's useful, but not as necessary as say this refraction core thing here. Now, as you saw before when I was deflecting, let me quickly reset. That's not how you reset. Yeah. And we got this right. You deflect, you're shooting your projectiles back at them. You're taking no damage. As you see, I have Bolt Charge ready, which should discharge if I swing. Yeah. You can discharge it with the regular swings, but then again, you actually have to get close to the enemy. So yeah, this, like, the Bolt Charge gain against like these regular Scions is pretty good, I'd say. It's not insane, but there are some enemies that shoot extremely quickly, and you can build Bolt Charge super quick. I'll give an example soon. But this amplified thing, the reason why we're running this instead of like any of the others, right, is like this gives you more damage when on high ground. I think it's useless, but I really like this amplified one because of the synergy it has with this arc fragment right here, which will make it so all bolt charge sources give you more bolt charge while you're amplified, and it's pretty hard to get amplified on Arc 10 if you're not running melee, which we're not doing. We're running deflect build, right? We want to stay alive and just pump out as much damage as we can. So the way this works, right? Hold on, let me put it on like some harder enemies, something like I don't know, fucking boss ogres, right? We got this guy over here. He'll melt us, right? As soon as we start deflecting, we stop taking damage and immediately start healing. Let me just discharge the bolt charge. When he shoots, just look at how quick that bolt charge goes up. That took like a second, and it was immediately full, right? Now, if we go back here, put down a Stormscape barrier, and then deflect, like, this is how quickly we're getting bolt charged fast. It's insanely strong. Obviously not good for like, I don't know, like dungeons or raid DPS or anything, but any other content you want to play, this is insanely strong. Right? This build is insanely strong, and basically all you need is the Praxic Blade, which you'll get from doing Renegades, and Stronghold. For the stats, my stats are like not optimized whatsoever, right? Like this is a pretty bad lineup. My gear's not very strong, right? It's not very high tier. The main things you want is probably super class and weapons. The other stats, they're just not really important, right? Like we don't need health regen. Stronghold has that covered, and we're not really caring about ability spam, right? All we care about is super because you know Thunder Crash is always nice to have. You know, you find something tanky that isn't immediately dying, just not to crash it. Class is probably the stat that you want to get to 100. You don't want to go over because the overshield is useless. But being able to like have 100% uptime on your Stormscape is really powerful, right? And weapons, you know, better for ad clear. You can go over if you want to like use a heavy weapon for boss DPS or anything. I don't run anything because I just don't care, right? Like all I'm doing with this build is holding block. The other weapons don't matter. Like I just have this return memory. Like it's a gun, it can help, and I just have an eager edge sword for movement. But yeah, this build is insanely strong, right? Like, I'm gonna spawn like as many of these guys as I can, and it just won't matter, right? Like they will never be able to kill me, like ever, as long as I hold block. Like they just can't kill me ever. Now Stormscape, right? That way we can actually discharge our bolt charge. And you can just see how quickly it's like proccing and stuff. Like, it's pretty good. It's pretty damn good. You could probably run this. You could run this in GM content, maybe. Probably. You'll just be safe forever. Nothing ever really kill you. And yeah. I know it's another bolt charge build which we've had ever since bolt charge is introduced, but it's really powerful and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, if you want to give this a go, I mean yeah, it's pretty damn good.